he did right? What made him Zab Super Judah? Why is he getting rid of that? That I don't understand, man. Amir Khan is so beatable. Now, please tell me, because I know I see it. How do you guys see a guy like Amir Khan fight against Floyd Mayweather? What's the outcome of that fight with y'all? Yo, there's two things that's gonna happen in that fight. Freddie Roach either gonna throw in that fucking towel, or Amir Khan, or it's just gonna be a real embarrassing one-side decision. Because Mayweather got the remedies for that type of fighting that Amir Khan is gonna come with. And if that day ever comes and Freddie Roach won with his fucking simple ass way of training, his overrated ass training, everybody fights the same that's in his camp. If Freddie Roach tries to step out of his boundaries and do something else, he's just gonna look even worse. You know? Because Amir Khan jab ain't all that. He can't stay on the outside and try to land the jab and outbox Mayweather. He will lose. And if he tried that shit that he did last night, he will get stopped. Coming in forward with those flurries and then backing up. Another thing with BK Warrior 1, man. Another thing he mentioned. When Amir Khan gets hit, man, I'm gonna use a phrase he used. His body mechanics, the way he presents himself when he's in a defense, is really shaking. Like he's more stretching out his hands, trying to back up and get out. He's not like shelled up and moving with the punches, trying to block each punch. He looks real bad, man. You know, he looks real bad. Mayweather will have a field day with Amir Khan, man. A field day. See, this is the type of shit that why I rate Mayweather so high. And some of you don't know shit about boxing dudes try to criticize me of sometime. Y'all have a habit of comparing Mayweather to Pacquiao like they're even. Comparing Mayweather to this guy like they're even. Let me tell you something, man. Mayweather is on another plateau from these fighters, man. And I'm just keeping it 100. That's why Mayweather is special. And that's why these guys are good. You could see a guy just embarrass a fighter completely. Sort of like what Amir Khan did to Judah last night. And then they'll put that guy with the most confidence in the world against Mayweather. And Mayweather will make that guy look like shit. And it's usually when the guy looked real good and has that dangerous next to his name that Mayweather actually knocks that guy out. Mayweather always knocks out the guy that's supposed to be his biggest dangerous fight. I think it's by the skin of his teeth that Mosley didn't get knocked out that fight. Not knocked out, stopped. He possibly could have got knocked out. I don't think Mosley's chin is all that what people say, man. Because when Mosley get tagged, his body mechanics be looking real shitty too. He be stretching his hand. He be trying to get out of it. He doesn't lock up and block punches. Like Mosley chin ain't all that like people portray it to be. You know? And he just ain't pressed Mosley to knock him out. I feel. I don't think he pressed him enough. But we clearly see that he could have knocked Mosley out. That's why I rate Mayweather the way I do, man. Shit like this. He just beyond the rest, man. He just far from these dudes, man. Everybody that's supposedly good of his time, man. Right now, Mayweather's antagonist, his equal, his rival, so-called, is Manny Pacquiao, man. And if you know shit about boxing, you see the landslide difference between Mayweather and Pacquiao. So what does that say about Mayweather, man? Honestly, what does that say about Mayweather? That say the kid is special, man. That puts him on the same boat as Ray Robinson and Muhammad Ali. That's why I put him up there, man. Those dudes were special. Like when they were at their best, no competition was fucking with them, man. They had the remedy to beat everybody you put in front of them. If you put a pressure fighter, if you put a boxer, no matter what you put in front of them, they had the remedy to beat them, man. And these guys are good. They're not bums. They are not bums. They are good fighters, very good fighters. At the beginning of this video, I said Amir Khan is a very good fighter. I'm not contradicting myself. I said he is not special. I do not see anything special about him. But he's very good. He proved that last night. You can't take that from him. What I'm arguing is that Zab Judah is a better fighter. But Zab Judah don't know how to bring it out. There's things that I'm seeing that he's just not doing. And that's the worst type of loss you could have in my book. The loss that you were supposed to fucking win. But you did everything wrong. There's some fighters that, they lost because they couldn't win. No matter what they done. They were outclassed. Zab Judah's not supposed to lose to Amir Khan, man. A guy who fights scared under that. Like I said, back to that thing I said, man, is that portrait that you present to the judges, man. Amir Khan's presenting a portrait. I mean, a facade, man. It's fictional. If you know boxing, you could get under that lie, man. Amir Khan fights scared. Trust me. I don't really have faith in this Bradley dude either, man. I feel Bradley overrated, if anything, man. Because he a good fighter and all. But Bradley, this dude got some feather hands, man. As ripped as and defined as that dude is, I don't think there's nobody in boxing more ripped and defined than Tim Bradley, man. How the fuck you have no power in them punches, man? I think his problem is he don't know to generate power in his punches. He doesn't know to find the leverage to generate the power. He just throws them. That's what I'm assuming. Because there's no way in hell your body look like that. I mean, I'm thinking right now. I don't think nobody's more ripped than Tim Bradley, man. That little short bastard's ripped to the T, like biceps, chest, back, shoulders, everything. Want a ripped motherfucker, man, with no power. That don't add up, man. And when your body look like that, people wondering, damn, I wonder how much power does he have? They just assume you have power. And that's an edge right there. And he has decent speed too. But I don't know if I don't see him beating Amir Khan, man. You know, Tim Bradley would really have to show me something that I ain't know he even had to beat Amir Khan. Honestly. If y'all, and I'm speaking from a sense that I ain't follow Tim Bradley like that to analyze him. Y'all know him more than me. Y'all could probably make a response video, put in the comments what Tim Bradley could bring to the table to beat Amir Khan, because I don't really see it, man. He gets real sloppy sometimes with his punches. Like, he goes from boxer to a sloppy brawler in a heartbeat, man. And I don't see the sense in that because he doesn't have the power. Like, I even seen him do it against Devin Alexander. There was a time he had Devin Alexander in a corner, and he's throwing these fucking these wild, like they look like they hurt, but they're so damn light that it's like them shits ain't do nothing to Devin Alexander, man. This dude, he needs to learn how to generate power in them punches, man. You can't be walking around, coming in at weigh-ins, looking like a little, a little miniature bodybuilder, and you don't got no fucking power, yo. You can't be doing that. You're gonna be the butt of the joke at the end of the day. Speaking about weigh-ins, did y'all see how Amir Khan looked compared to Zab Judah at that weigh-in? Did Zab look like? Oh man, I mean, this loss, man. I mean, Zab could just throw it in. He can throw it in now, man. I do not want Zab Judah to demote himself to a DeMarcus Corley, to Chop Chop Corley. Chop Chop Corley is what you call an official journeyman right now. This dude is going around the world getting knocked out by prospects and guys who need tune-ups. And Chop Chop Corley was once a contender. I believe he was once even a title holder, 140 pounds. You know, I do not want to see that happen to Zab Judah, man. He's too talented, too special to demote himself that low, man. I do not want to see that, man. I just prefer you retire right now. And I really wanted Zab to win this fight, man. That's probably why I got frustrated watching this shit. I really wanted Zab to win, man. Because I was more excited about what his next move would be. I was looking past Amir Khan like, what is Zab's next move? Is it a rematch with Mayweather? Is he going to go after Pacquiao? If he does go after Pacquiao, I hope he's not under top rank. I would never support a completely promoted top rank fight ever again. If I ain't watching that shit for free, I ain't watching that shit at all. I mean, it's too shady over there, man. Them Pacquiao fights be fake, man. Fucking, I'm seeing fixed knockouts. Niggas that never had power have one punch knockout power, all types of shit. I ain't fucking with that top rank shit, man. That shit is, they fictional over there, man. And I respect Amir Khan right now. And I respect Golden Boy Promotions, man. They want the best fights out there. They're not wasting time. They're not stirring up controversy. Or none of that. If you notice, Amir Khan, he would do random blood testing. He would do it, man. If that's what it takes to get the fight. Because he's with Golden Boy. Golden Boy is a real promotion company, man. They're not trying to lie to milk a fighter down to all his dollars and then throw him in there to the wolves. Like what Top Rank is doing right now. There's so much shit going on with Top Rank, man. Right now I'm seeing reports that Manny Pacquiao is... I've been knew he was getting raped off his bread. But I'm seeing reports that like he's getting raped more than I thought he was, man. Like, I remember when Mayweather was joking on him. Mayweather said this nigga did an endorsement for Nike for like, I think like $60K or some shit like that. And I just laughed like, yo, how the fuck is a world-class so-called top athlete getting paid $60K from a corporation such as Nike? LeBron James made like 100 times that when he was in fucking high school coming into the pros, man. LeBron James inked a Nike deal before he touched the NBA court for $90 million with a $10 million signing bonus. I knew Pacquiao had some fucked up management, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna flip what I've been saying about Pacquiao. I don't think Pacquiao innocent, but he not as bad as some of y'all got him. He just he lying too. Don't get me wrong, but he's going he's going under the direction of a bigger boss who's a real fucking liar, man. You know, of a guy who's a real liar. Because let's say Pacquiao, we all know he under some type of steroid, but I'm sure Pacquiao was willing to come off of that shit, lose, just to make the fight happen. But Bob Arum won't allow that, man. Bob Arum is coming up with all this shit to stretch the fight so he can make every dollar before he does he lets Pacquiao do the random testing and fight Mayweather, man. Yo, man, I'm done for now, man. There ain't nothing else to talk about, yo. Judah, man, just retire, yo. I don't want to see you become a journeyman. I don't want to see you go around having prospects beat up on you and make their name off of you, man. I do not want to see that shit. I do not want you to become a journeyman. Know what I mean? Just retire, man. There's nothing, like, just retire, yo. Because you don't have what it takes. You don't have what it takes to be an elite fighter, man. It's a fact now. You don't have what it takes. You failed all your tests. If you was in school, you would be what they call a super duper senior. I mean, if you was that nigga was in high school or anything, man, that nigga would be called a super senior, man. One of them niggas that been up in there for like 7 fucking years, ain't graduate yet. I mean, that nigga done witnessed freshmen coming and graduate right before his ass. Um, Judah, just retire, man. You can retire now, man. You did what you can, man. You did what you can. But I hope y'all see what I'm talking about. I don't make it appear like I'm hating on Amir Khan. None of that shit. Amir Khan a good fighter. He's not a special fighter. You know what I mean? There's few special fighters anyway. Don't make it seem like I'm saying everybody's supposed to be special. That's what makes special special. There's very few dudes that could be special. Amir Khan ain't special, man. Coming in straight, throwing combinations. Sometimes them combinations are repetitive, and that's all you got to bring. That's not a special fighter right there, man. Special fighters, they can face adversity, man. That's the first trait of a special fighter. They can face adversity. They can find remedies to beat every guy out there. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was supposed to get knocked the fuck out against Foreman, man. Muhammad Ali was supposed to be on his toes, moving around the ring a whole lot in that Foreman fight. Muhammad Ali ain't do none of that. Muhammad Ali is special, man. I'm out of here, man. I'll leave y'all comments, man. Don't just make videos to bash Judah, man. I mean, you could bash him because what he did last night deserves some bashing, but explain how he could have won the fight too, because we all know Khan is not a more talented fighter than Judah, man. Hell no. Anyway, I'll leave y'all comments, man. I'm out of here.